What's going on, guys? I have a 2 for Triumph today. I have the helmet locks from Brogue Motorcycles, one for my Triumph Trident 660 and one for my Triumph Thruxton R. And I believe that's which one is which here. So I went ahead and ordered both of these from Brogue. They were actually on sale. And a shout out to them for giving me an influencer discount. You guys can check out the link in the description below to get yours. But these are only like about 25 bucks each. Just machined metal here. And it looks like they just easily bolt on underneath the seats of both the bikes. So what's cool is that now I'll be able to easily lock my helmet right under the seat. And that way, I don't have to worry about having a helmet lock or having to take my helmet in with me into places. So each one of these beautiful bikes is going to be getting a new helmet lock here. Both Trudy and Rhonda will now be a little happier with these helmet locks from Brogue. So let's start with one of them and pop the seat off and figure out where these things go. All right, so on to the Thruxton. It looks like this bracket, as pretty as it is, just goes right here in these, over these two holes in the rear. Now, the way to test this is to grab one of the bolts that they give you in the kit and see if that threads in. Voila, it does. Okay, so then this must go right here. And this one looks super, super easy. So let's see if I can get this in place one-handed while I'm holding the camera. And I can't because it's too slippery. All right, give me 1 second. Okay, there. Now that I had a free hand. And I'll just finger tighten this down. Okay, so that's pretty much installed. Just got to tighten that one back up. Now, onto the Trident. This bracket, I was trying to figure out where exactly this went. It looks like it actually goes right down in here where you can see there's one bolt, two bolts, and then there's this top one where this fits basically right in there. So in order to do that, I have to get this plastic piece off here to get access to that. So we got to figure out how to pop this plastic off in order to be able to get at that metal right there. And I believe it looks like I just need to get a hex head here, and then this might just come right off. So let's try that. All right, so it was just that one little screw there, and then there was another screw right here. It's actually this guy, which is right here. And then you kind of pull back the plastic and you're able to access that, and then it pops right out. So then the next thing is to actually remove these two bolts to get access to be able to actually mount that bracket. So I'm gonna remove those. Okay, just about as easy as 1, 2, 3. Now that I've loosened those, I threw the bracket in place, and then now we're just gonna ratchet her back on. Okay, that looks pretty clean, looks good. Now put this plastic trim piece back in, which is just gonna kind of pop in, and then I have to put these two screws back in place. So let me wiggle that in. I need both my hands. Okay, plastic is reinstalled. That little screw down there, that one's kind of tough. Make sure you have a magnetic screwdriver in order to get that little guy. This one's just plastic, pops in place. But there you go, that's what it looks like. So they took advantage of this gap here to be able to put your helmet hook and then put the seat on. So I'm gonna do that in just a second. Let's go back over to the Thruxton and show you that. So this one is all mounted up and ready to go too. So let's grab a helmet. Here's one with a D-ring. Get that out. Okay, we got a D-ring. Curious if it's gonna take both D-rings. Let's see here. I always try and do this stuff one-handed. So it doesn't fit both. It's too thin between there. Let's drop the one. Okay, so the one clips in. All right, cool. Let's grab the seat. Okay, seat's on. And there you have it. Yeah, look at that. See, it's got that little gap. Even on the seat here, there's kind of like this little cutout piece. And so that's there. So helmet is kind of resting on the rear passenger peg setup, so that's something to consider when it's sitting here. You don't want it to get all banged up. But that one looks pretty good. That's hanging there and ready to go. Then that's definitely not going anywhere. There's no way that anyone can get that off. The seat has to come off in order to get the helmet off. Now let's take this back off and try to hang it on the Thruxton. All right, Thruxton, same deal. Yeah, hey, look at that. It's tucked up in there, and this one's actually even cooler. It disappears more into the seat, so you really can't get at it. And the helmet touches, like the bottom of the helmet's touching my Öhlins reservoir, and then it's kind of hugging the plate a little bit. But that looks pretty good on the back of the Thruxton, actually. It's really tight in there. So, yet again, that looks great. So, both are now installed and done with the Brogue Motorcycle under seat helmet locks, which why didn't Triumph already have this stuff on there? I don't know, but it made room for a cool manufacturer to make it. So we're going to call this project done.